Hello, I am Mrs. John Adams, though you can call me Abigail. I was the hostess in the Executive Mansion from 1797 to 1801. I expect you are here because you would like to know all about my life. Let's start from the beginning. I was born on November 23, 1744, in Weymouth, Massachusetts. I was named Abigail Smith, and I was told that I was a delicate little child. My mother was worried that I would get sick and die as quickly as I was born. She would have to give me these horrible medicines. I was always sick one day or another, therefore I could never go to school. My education was typical at the time. I had no formal education, even though I was taught at home how to read and write and how to be a housewife. In fact, I remember that reading was one of my favorite pastimes. I loved to learn so much. One day I met a man by the name of John Adams. He loved me very much and was trying to impress my family. He didn't do it very well. He only impressed my father with his graduation from college and his intention to become a lawyer in 1755. Not too long after, I changed my mind, and we were married on October 25th, 1764. Together we've had 5 children, 3 girls and 2 boys. As the Revolutionary War continued on, I took care of our children. While all the men were out at war, we women had to take over. I ran the family farm in Quincy, Massachusetts. Also, just down the street from where we lived, cannon fire was heard frequently and was always very loud. Imagine that. Since John was getting involved in politics, I decided that I would too. I still very much enjoyed reading about political life. I was part of the Daughters of Liberty, and I helped out as much as I could to win the freedom that our country so desperately needed. I always wrote letters to my husband and friends. I recall now that I wrote more than 2,000 letters to my husband alone. I became the center of attention as the official hostess at the age of 52. I was just a normal hostess, fulfilling my duties, but I have to say that I had a lot of complaints about the Executive Mansion. The Executive Mansion, or the President's House, as it was called, was being built in Washington, since it had become the new capital of America. When we moved in, the house was far from finished. We had no conveniences whatsoever, and it was very lonely living in such a big home. We had no fence or yard, and the roads were very bumpy, and we had no close neighbors, and everything was so far away. We even made the audience room back then a place to hang up laundry to dry. John and I were married for more than 50 years, and they were happy ones too. Even when he sailed to France as a diplomat, our marriage remained strong. Nothing could have made me prouder than being an advisor to my husband John, and to our many friends and family. I do hope that I've set a good example and inspiration to all the women who succeed me.